Eraser, I'm gonna start keeping a fucking count of how many times you say is the first time we've ever agreed on something, and I'm gonna charge you based on how many times it's happened.
Yeah, so we're doing a thing, aren't we? I've played the game, or I haven't played the game in some amount of time.
You know, I could have done the time.
No, you couldn't. But I appreciate it, thank you.
Man thinks I'm incapable of pressing buttons.
Do you think I felt regret as I gazed upon the
Incapable, that's the exact term I would have used here.
at the speed with which a world
Not like it would
transformed
have been inconvenient for you.
into a hell?
Which over here? No.
Oh, you mean that thing he's done for me so
You-
In
times?
that moment, I thought of one
You
thing
lack
only.
the capability of
honor
doing it.
and glory I would bring my father by
Yes, that
fighting
is the
like a
definition of
warrior in the
incapable.
first battle.
So, as I said, I haven't played this game in a long time.
And why would you? This game is garbage.
Right, there might be some white noise coming from the right to me. Just ignore that. So apparently, I think we've talked about this before today, but Sam thinks the idea of somebody doing the first run in a long time and just, you know, whipping out a decent time, that should not be possible.
That's alien to me.
Yeah.
Also, Curly wants me to document your home, so
From the moment my
Yeah,
sword
please.
tasted blood, I knew this.
I mean,
would
I'll
not
call the
be
cops on you,
my
but
way.
please.
I would win my father's praise.
fucking
like a
dogs me.
fair and based reaction.
But by being the first to find the Maharaja's treasure vault and the wonders
Not like my home is literally on screen right now with the webcam. Also, we haven't really adjusted the audio as usual, so if the game is too quiet or anything, please let us know and we may fix it, maybe not, who knows.
Not winding up a cable, am
I mean, we'll see. If you do, we'll notice.
I? Fine, I'll unwind it in a moment.
So yeah, my estimate is 140. That is a rather high estimate, admittedly. But I didn't feel like putting a 135 and then I miss it and I have to justify myself, so I was like, let's make this an absolute worst case scenario. As estimates should be. There shouldn't be a reasonable guess of what your time will be. There should be the absolute minimum. Or
Yeah.
well, absolute maximum of what goes wrong, I guess.
No, they should be an optimistic take on what's possible.
Sometimes I doubt that we're the same person.
I try to keep you
Shall I
guessing.
continue my story from here the next time we're interrupted?
Well, once you're done doxing my whole existence,
Yeah, no, they're uploading.
Just
okay.
out of
If you want to listen to the
the
stream
dark.
audio,
sure,
just
sure,
check.
sure.
There
can do
was a
important
treasure I
things.
could carry with pride as a trophy of our victory. If I could only get there.
Also, I'm not playing on the community dub, sorry. But that would have meant that I would have had to prepare stuff, really. So I didn't. Couldn't be bothered to do anything. Big skip coming up. It's called Everybody Has Heard This skip explanation 6 million times. Don't talk about it, please. We know what is going on. That's very high, but no, but it works. I delayed the Max War on long enough, or the end of the war on long enough. So that's cool. Clutching in there, I missed it. That's fine. Everything is in shambles. Should I have practiced at least once? I don't think so. Why would you? Why didn't I pick the dagger? Why would I? Is it a key item relevant to the story? I don't think so. It's just a random weapon, bro. What do you think? Too quiet?
Yeah, we finally got to a cutscene. It is pretty quiet, but it's. I mean, it's fine.
No, it's. I'll just.
Yeah, maybe just turn it up a little.
Currently already deciphering what's in my like CD folder thing.
Honestly, same Curly. I've also been looking at it since ever since we started playing D&D.
Each time I struck them
Yeah,
down,
but
they
when I got
rose
here
to
for
fight
some reason
again.
it didn't even occur to me
I
to start
soon
looking for it.
realized that only by taking into my own dagger the sands that possess them could I liberate them from their monstrous living dead.
So in this game you move by backflipping continuously.
I don't think that's accurate. You know,
That's the fastest way to move, trust me.
you know, I was never good at this game, but I do have time on the leaderboards. I don't think that's accurate.
Yes, that made sense. Cody, that's actually funny, because King's Quest 7, I know I have that on CD. It was for free in one of these very old like PC gaming magazines 15 years ago. Never played it. I roughly know what it's about because I've seen it once, like somebody else played it once. But I don't know, it didn't look like something I would want to spend my time on. As compared to Breath of Cortex.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Sometimes I doubt we're the same person.
Sometimes I doubt I'm not straight up lying.
You think me mad. I can see it by the look in your eyes.
I do think
You
you're
think
mad.
my story is impossible.
You think I am?
Perhaps I am. Who would not be driven mad by horrors such as I have lived? But I assure you, every
Actually,
word
that's something
is
people have
true.
told me I'm very good at this, like crazy manic
insane
laughter.
laughter.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
It was pretty good.
This was accurate. Good thing you can rewind, just like in every other Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, especially the really bad ones that we'll be playing shortly after this.
Anyway,
Stop! I won't hurt you!
That's what someone would say if they were going to hurt you.
exactly.
Had I really seen
If somebody was running
my
after
senses
me,
given way,
last
the
thing I would do
burden
is
of
stop.
horrors too great
Especially
to
if they're screaming that they're not going to hurt me.
Yeah.
Just
Either way,
suspicious.
Also, I shouldn't
I
have
could
rolled
not
into this
rest until I had
cutscene
found
position.
her again.
Get fucked.
Yes, there's a small thing with this game where, first of all, my reset cutscene is broken. So that's, reset camera is broken. And second of all, if you roll into cutscenes, sure. If you roll into cutscenes, you're positioned, or you gain a bit of distance after the cutscene, which usually is good. You know, less distance means more speed. But in that case, you're getting too close to the ledge and you can't wall run right away. Or it's more difficult at least. I'll choose to ignore what Eraser just said and move on with my life.
Yeah, it's fine, Eraser. I don't need to go up against somebody who doesn't even know the game. My time's going to be bad, and I've made my peace with that. But we'll save talk of that game for when that game is the current game.
I am Clara, daughter of the Maharaja from Munich. This is your doing,
Fantastic.
and we will share his fate if you do not give me the dagger to
Toca
undo
has
what you have done.
forced you all to see my face, and I'd like to personally apologize.
From now on, I trust
Looking at the bottom left corner of the stream.
I mean, to be fair, that only has about 3 pixels, so...
Which is what makes it funny. So. Of course, we have monkey brains. Cool. Didn't want to roll into the cutscene anyway. It's for losers. The good thing is I'll die in about 40 seconds from now on purpose, and that will, as a nice side effect, give me back my reset camera.
Are first-person glitches in MG safe?
Like these kind of roll cancels, yes.
Okay.
Don't you remember the big community vote we had on that?
That's lovely.
3 years ago?
I mean, I remember it coming up. I don't remember the result because I didn't vote on it. Because who the fuck cares?
Well, you just asked about it.
Well, yeah, but I'm an idiot. You should not, you know, do as I say, not as I do. I say be a smart person. I do be a dumb person.
Whatever that means. So because I'm scared, I'll do the very slow version of jumping over this cutscene. And then not grab... Can you grab the thing? Prince is like, there's a lever in front of me, I'll war run on it.
Oh, thank God! I was afraid you were one of them! Can you help me activate the Azard defense system? It'll take both of us
honestly,
to do
in
it!
hindsight, it was kind of
I'll
silly to
reset
adjust the
the
volume
axles
before this
for
guy
you!
dies.
The man who's normally in charge of this got...
Worst part of
Never
SoundCloud,
mind.
part of my brain was expecting razors.
Ride the platform down to the bottom! Then use those two cranks to bring it back up!
Original Cockney accent or whatever.
You see those 4 axles?
Don't even know
You'll
what that
need
is.
to
Like I know
pick them up one
roughly
by
what it is to
one
do with.
until you've got all 4. Then bring them up to the top together.
What is this stuff? It's a very old fend up made by people in Montreal.
Yes. They
Make
definitely
sure you
were
pick
fans.
them up in the right order.
I mean, I think they were fans. I think they like their game.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
You've got the
This puzzle.
first
Doing
axle.
this puzzle. Imagine
Now
that. Insane.
pick up the other 3.
Can't remember the last time I did this puzzle.
Remember, pay attention to the grooves.
Are you paying attention to the groups?
That's it! One crank turns the
Attention to what?
platform! The other one
Sorry, I
raises
zoned out.
and lowers it!
For what felt like an eternity.
That's 2!
Yeah, as an American, and my guess was that this was an attempt to add Australian, so that adds up. Now that being said, the Prince has kind of like a light royal British thing going on, and but this isn't his kingdom, so I don't know why the people here would have that type of accent. Like, no one else that we meet here talks like this that I can think of.
Just one more!
Just one more! That's my impersonation of Eraser. Just rewind here or whatever. Hey.
That's 4!
Well, Curly,
Now,
I don't know if
bring
you
them up
knew
to the top
about the
and
details of
line
the
them
schedule,
up with their
but
gears.
or I assume you weren't here because you weren't in chat. But
Yeah, to be fair, it's like 11:30
yeah,
for him.
yeah. So we had a German sweets tasting section.
That's it!
2 hours ago or
I knew you
something.
could do it!
Yes, my solo journey from Berlin to Munich was all the German shenanigans I needed.
Now, there's one last step.
So
Do you
don't
see
worry,
that
Curly.
platform?
It's been taken care of.
Throw your lever. Ha!
We briefly talked about doing something other than sitting inside playing video games all day, and then we both
did
chuckled
it!
to ourselves and
Serve
went on.
those accursed demons right! Oh, by God!
I also
they'll
have to
rue
make the journey
day
in the
they
opposite
ever
direction
dare
still to get
attack
home,
the
so
palace of
more
Azard!
adventures await.
And get stuck at the airport forever because they decided that testing is not a thing they do anymore or something. You never know.
Yeah, so Curly, this was news to me, but apparently if you leave... Or, well, I guess you already went to ESA, so you know that you need to get tested to get back in. I didn't know that until a few weeks ago. So, you know, if for some reason I do end up testing positive, I
Palace's
guess I'm just
defenses
going to
had a
turn around and
twisted
come back
logic
to
of their
Toca's
own.
place for a few
They could be
weeks.
circumvented by using the strategically placed switches which I soon learned to recognize. Yet it was hard to escape the feeling that I had made a terrible mistake
I have never had
by setting in
schnitzel,
motion such a deadly
curly, but
system of traps.
the last time
which
I was
seemed
here,
in
I did
truth
have
more likely to
currywurst,
claim my life
which I thought was quite
than that of an
fantastic.
invader that was not
yeah,
flesh
yeah.
and blood.
I actually remember that. What's going on?
Don't sound too shocked that you have a brain.
You know, sometimes I am. No, this won't work too far much. I decided to try it once and then just go for the small one. Because I really can't be bothered with this bullshit. Cool. Which might be the reason I don't have world record anymore. Because bullshit and I can't be bothered. Like that.
I mean, considering the amount of bullshit you bothered with to get the world record back when it was relevant, I don't know if I believe you.
I mean, that's fair. But at some point I decided to stop caring. As everybody should, really. I feel like Yaka is triggered about something I said. Could be anything. Actually, Curry, Sam is familiar with a test center close to ESA, which we had to go to, because of a certain birthday story I told him about. Which Curry also knows because he was present.
Yeah, I kind of figured now that you're bringing it up. Yeah, Curly, we looked into it, and the place that does PCR testing is not open on Sundays, so I have to get tested at the airport, unfortunately. So because the test has to be less than 24 hours old, so I will have to at least go all the way to Berlin first to find out if I'm allowed to leave. And you see, the story goes like this. Toca walked up to the person there, and they said, "Is it your birthday?" And he said, "Yes, it is. Why, thank you." And they said, "That's amazing. Happy birthday."
Yeah, there was no punchline there. It was just that.
It was just a polite story.
Anyway.
What, do you not like this revisionist history?
No, I like it. Retcon the terrible things that happened to me. Well, to be accurate, Coley, the lady asked your birthday, as in, what is your birthday? Please confirm that you are the person who signed up for this test and paid for it. And I understood it as, oh, it's your birthday today, because it was. So I said, yeah, thank you. Followed by a bit of confusion until she realized I don't speak Swedish and I'm stupid apparently, so we got there eventually, you know.
Help me!
Please enjoy your meal. You too.
That was a camera that existed.
I soon discovered that when I had collected enough sand,
That's a girl
the
that's
dagger
dying
gained the
currently.
power to stop time. Not for me, but for the enemy I struck.
Wait, whatever.
It'll never gets old. Solid English, my dude.
I was hoping for at least one message of his where you're like, this is so terrible, I have to say something. And I'm glad you did.
It would bother Eraser significantly more if I was nice to him. He wouldn't know what to do.
Makes no sense. That makes sense.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Eraser said he wasn't going to talk much because of how bad he feels, and then as soon as hatred got involved, he was up and at it, so Really, this is the only thing keeping him going.
Did you know that A does not make you jump? Because that's something I just learned.
I didn't know that because I play with a reasonable controller that doesn't have an A on it.
Will I actually die to... Oh, okay, honestly, whatever. I did the slow thing. Reminding us of very, very, very ancient times of speedrunning this game.
Of course I know. He's me.
I swear I had world record at some point. I was good at this game.
Yes, I recall. It was disgusting.
That was not my father.
Older man emoji.
Also imagine being me 3 years ago. Like first, finger snipes my TFS world record. Then you come up, snipe everybody in TFS. You start speedrunning SOT. I'm like, why is this guy doing this to me? Why is he taking everything I love?
I never thought about it like that. I do remember when I was learning the zipless, and you were like mentoring me through chat. I said, do you ever wonder if there's just like somebody out there who doesn't bother talking in the community or posting their videos, but they're just like 3 times better at this game than you? And you were like, that unsettles me on a deeply personal level.
Hit me.
Today we know that person existed and he's called Yaka.
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting on that guy for TFS to show up, so...
That's true.
Yeah, I downloaded Discord to join the PoP server because I had never heard of Discord, and after Asko invited me to join, and the first thing I saw once I figured out how to navigate the channels was you guys accusing me of cheating.
That's what you get for being a pro gamer.
I was the only person to actually put solid effort into TFS, and everyone was like, oh, this guy, there's no way.
Yeah, there is no way.
Remember that time Robbie randomly decided he wanted to be good at TFS and stole my world record like it was easy?
Yeah.
Because I remember.
How did that make you feel?
Anxious and uncomfortable. And I never felt safe again.
Now you know what you did to other people. Poor fingers never recovered.
Quiet out
Oh,
there.
save the frame.
It's terrible,
Gamer.
but also beautiful.
Maybe to you.
It was easy, you know, just rubbing it in.
Hey man, I took it back,
You're a
so
skinny little thing.
that's what counts. And to be fair, it was easy, so... What's really disgusting is how low the time could be with all the
We need
strats
to
we've
find
found
a
since
way
then.
down to the bottom.
And yet I do nothing about it.
I mean, you tried today and clearly showed you're not up for the challenge.
Yeah, no, I was about a week ago, but that was a week ago.
I can't do that.
Stay there.
So, you know, now that I've said that, Robbie, if you want to, like, go do something about it and make me do something about it, that would be appreciated.
It's like there's a very big gap in the motivation bridge for Sam, and somebody has to help him.
Yeah, no, like, the thought of the game not being as fast as it should be bothers me. The thought of someone else having world record really bothers me.
Well, that's how I felt before I realized I don't care anymore. That was a great realization to have. You should try that.
I think that's a diagnosis.
Are you all right?
Wouldn't know what that means.
I heard strange noises.
No permanent damage, thank you.
I mean, to be fair, the
I
times
got
when Robbie and me were competing heavily for the zipless world record in this game, it first of all it was very fun, and second of all it brought down the time considerably. Because you have this thing going on, as you said, kind of like, oh, this other person is better than me, but like not by tons, so I should be able to get it back. I'll try it. I'll put in the effort. This will work.
How does it make you feel to know that you saddened Yaka?
I feel terrible about it. If that helps.
That's fair. That's also fair, Robbie. I can't really blame you there.
It's true. But, I mean, honestly, Yaka, if you would have appeared like a year earlier, a year or two, we could have had the most intense feud in this whole community. I honestly think that. Sadly, either I started too early running this game or you did too late. Why did I pick up the sand cloud? I don't have to. There's no reason to do this.
Because you're playing all collectibles, clearly. Don't worry, Yaka. Just wait on his next Dark Age to start, and we'll be good to go.
No. No. Oh, I didn't get the jump.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
I think I'm too far forward. Oh. Almost got it. Navigating this corridor blindly is kind of is a challenge
Where are they?
because the inputs are very unintuitive.
Yeah, they are. I hated that section. You should learn TFS, Curly. You could get sub toca day one.
Really, because I don't have a loadless time, so no matter how bad you are, as long as you use the load remover, you're in.
Well, considering the loads over the entire course of the run amount to like 1 minute, I don't think that that's really relevant.
No, but I mean, in terms of speed, like the leaderboard, because times which do not have a loadless runs which do not have a loadless time are automatically listed below times which do have one. So even if Curly finishes in 3 hours, he'll be put above me. Was website. No. No. Huh? Close. That shouldn't have worked, but whatever.
I remember, I remember doing that strat when I started Zipless, and then I think I moved on to whatever is done now. But I hated that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Getting onto that fence was terrible.
Yeah, no, it is.
Then again, jumping over that door frame is also terrible.
I don't think they did.
Are you noticing a trend about how I feel about this game?
Good thing you ran it anyway. I mean, why did you run it? Because it was like the game most people care about in the series at the time? Or?
Yeah, I wanted to branch out. I learned T2T any percent. I learned SOT Zipless, you know. It was kind of fun for a while. It just really got on my nerves, and then eventually I got to the point where I was trying to get sub 120, and I was like, oh, actually, I just fucking hate this game.
Right. Oh yeah, totally, the T2T thing with Win and you also. The game, or the time, the world record, very much benefited from that as well. It's true.
Here I am. I'll pull the lever.
No fair, take your time.
I'll see where it
We're not in a hurry or anything.
GG. Kind of sounded like you almost said a gamer word there.
I can do max wall runs, trust me. I have done this before. I mean, rivalry is a great thing, unless your name is Yaka and you don't need it to destroy everybody else. Also, I usually do this jump on keyboard for this exact reason. It's bullshit. But the keyboard is like 1 foot away from me.
Yeah, it's a couple centimeters further away than it normally is, so it's too far.
I can't be bothered. Also, I'm sitting rather comfortably right now, so I can't be bothered.
I can't remember what it's like to have a spine.
I'll just ignore all the two people, really. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Currently, I agree. I mean, actually, it kind of was the same with Kata.
Are you aware that Eraser's calling you out for doing glitch strats or something about Pharaoh?
Am I?
Did you not let her up?
Oh, did I not? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I was like...
Oh, sorry. I got Nightbot just for the schedule command. I haven't realized I haven't turned off the you can ban people thing. My bad.
I thought I'd make sure it was safe first before I brought
To be fair, it would have been kind of funny. I'm in front of the gate. I'm like, why is it not opening?
Yeah, I just saw Eraser yelling, and I was like,
If you
ah,
have
what's his
believed the
fucking
rest of my
problem?
tale until now, perhaps you will also believe me when I tell you that
Right, thinking about it,
as we made our
Pharaoh
way
did
through
not
the
help me in the
moonlit
fight.
ruins,
And then,
I began
Yeah.
to feel strange.
I mean, who even needs her, honestly?
My reason told
You might
me to
notice that the
distrust
fight
her,
ended rather
for
quickly.
she had
so.
good cause to
she
hate
kills
me.
one scarab
Yet
at
she had
most.
proven herself a loyal companion.
She's not really
And
trying.
I confess, I was grateful for the company of someone who, like me, was flesh and blood.
Sounds like something a robot would say.
Ah, yes, I too have flesh and blood.
I too consume water. It tastes very good.
It's been lovely staying with you here and breathing together, Toca.
Ribbon, this is for you. It's not for you.
It's the best way to tribute someone. This is for you. Fucks it up.
Well, if it would have worked, it would have been the peak moment of this one. So it was a gamble.
I'll wait here.
Okay, the punchline is that breathing in German is Atmen, which is almost written like Amen.
Ah, thank you. I did not get that. I literally subconsciously read it as Amen. Gotta
Yeah,
level
that's
up to A1 German before I can get jokes like that, you know?
That's a thing I did.
Now, I guess now that I know about this fancy scale, we can say that Cromwell has A1 Triton.
That's true. Yeah, actually, the scale, I think it's a European scale for languages. And there's 6 levels, which makes sense. So it's A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Where A1 is, I can say 5 words in that language, and C2 is, I'm a native speaker.
I see.
And apparently, my English level, I think I sent you the screenshot once, is C2. Because I answered like 10 questions correctly. I guessed 2 or 3 of them. The website was like, bro, you're American, why are you taking this test?
I would be curious to know what questions you guessed, because honestly, besides a few pronunciation issues every once in a while, I usually can't tell that you didn't grow up with language, so...
I mean, should we remember, I can look up test afterwards and have you take it. Maybe you're like,
Maybe
what the fuck?
Maybe I get like B1.
good start, but you should learn a bit more.
We do not recommend you travel to the United States.
Yeah, that's cool. That's my fault.
Cinematic drinking.
I brought this upon myself. I guess now that I'm at it, I can open the reveal the crack in that fur movie now. I could just load a save if I fail, but yeah, you know.
As I recall, you don't care, so, you know, we already covered that.
I fucking hate you.
Me too.
How did you know I was talking to you? Okay. I'll just wing. Of course, I'll just wing it.
I
What?
fucking hate you. But legitimately, like, how?
There's no way that should have worked.
No,
I mean,
I-
I agree.
Ugh. apparently there's a modern strat.
Yeah, modern strat is for losers. As you saw, you just wing it and you get it.
Any
Whatever.
strat that was invented after I ran this game is for losers. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, hearing about Sam Speck, cranky old man sounds about right.
Yeah. I have the soul of an old man. I was born this way. Just a couple more decades and I'll have the body of one too.
I mean, does your soul stay old then, or does it grow older? Does it grow younger?
Yeah, eventually it loops back around. That's why some old people end up acting like children.
Ah, I see. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I think I see that glow you were
That
talking
makes no
about.
sense.
Not me though. I'm gonna die way before that happens.
Whatever, bro. This was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it was about the same speed as moving the thing, so you know, it could be worse.
I apologize to everybody who had to see that. Is Eraser projecting, by the way?
Yeah, you know, I've had people pester me and joke about my hairline before Eraser, but it's legitimately been this far back on my head since I was a teenager. Like, this is just my hairline, and it's not going anywhere. It's just really far back.
Do I have to die here? Maybe I do. I don't know.
Hell if I know. I never ran this category.
No, I think I only do for AC. Well, anyway. Stuff. Yeah, don't. It's AC only, right? Thank you, 3 people who told me to not die.
Yeah, too bad, thanks to the delay, it was completely useless.
But I mean, I appreciate it. Also, I didn't wait for Farah, so she's apparently not following. I brought this upon myself.
Oh, hey, Eraser told you to wait for Farah.
Oh yeah, I will. Thank you. The one time I'm like, there's no way she will not follow me. The game shows me that I should just shut up. Stop trying. Is that how life feels at some point? Life is like, just stop trying. Force everything your way to make you feel like that. Is that normal?
Are you okay? I thought that you had this taken care of professionally.
No, I mean, I do. But at some point I may have thought.
Because, are you sure about that? Because I'm starting, you know, between me falling asleep and the way things have been going, the fucking fever dream that was the last game we played, this is starting to remind me of a certain Speedcon run that happened one time.
Shut up, dude.
I'll come down to you.
Oh, I used the setup and it worked.
I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna run to the store and get some grapes real quick.
Isn't that a classic?
What?
No, the last time I went to a German store by myself, scary things happened. I'll stay here.
Cool for you. I knew you'd love it, Jacke. I knew you'd appreciate that comment.
Look, a crab.
Tell that story? Yeah, please, Sam, do tell that story. Please relive
Which story? The grocery store?
Yeah,
Or-
probably that one.
So Curly, you know how in the U.S. Retail workers will basically lick your boots if you ask them to, like the customer is right thing, and you can just walk around Walmart and do whatever the fuck you feel like, and no one's gonna try to stop you. Well, here at the Potsdam train station, like supermarket, it's set up in a loop where like you go in one side and then the checkout is on the other side, and so like people check out there and then leave on that side. Well, I could tell that the aisle I needed to get to was closer to the exit side, So I tried to walk through it in the wrong direction, if you want to call it that. And I had a employee get very angry with me. Basically, like, just straight up, like, pointing at me and shouting. So I, apologized and quickly ran the opposite direction. But, yeah, they're built different here. There is no such thing as the customer is right in Germany. There is, get the fuck out of my way.
You need to open this door. Look for a switch.
So yeah,
I'm going
that
to
was my
explode.
experience in going to a store by
A
myself.
soldier's mess hall. Smell of food.
In angry
still
German?
wafted
I
from the
assume
kitchen.
so.
Scanned
I mean,
out
Oh yeah, I mean they
tables
yelled at me in
filled with
German.
men,
They had no
joking
idea I
and
was
camaraderie
American.
over
So.
their evening meal. Just as my father's men do back home in Seraph, at ease because they think themselves safe within the castle walls.
The best part is that the story wasn't told inaccurately just to sound cooler. And this is 100% how it went. I'm certain.
Yeah, no, that's legitimately what happened.
Yeah.
There was no exaggeration. It's kind of like on my train ride here. So all the trains were delayed that were coming here. So the one train I managed to get on was really crowded because everyone else had the same idea as me, which was to take a different train. And there were no free seats. There was like one seat next to this girl who was reading a book, and she had her legs like sprawled out so that no one would try to sit there. But I was like, it's literally the only seat. So I like quietly, like almost under my breath, like walked up and asked her, "Can I sit here?" And she moved her legs, but the look she gave me told me that she wanted to disembowel me. And that is representative of every interaction I've had with strangers so far. They literally all hate me for existing, which is relatable, but something I'm not used to.
And then there's the similar thing with the train conductor, right? When you sat at the exit door of the train, like in between cars.
Oh yeah, well she wasn't. She didn't seem angry that I offered to move for her. She just seemed confused.
Oh, okay.
I tried to be polite, which seemed to really throw her off her game. She was. This woman needed to like inspect an electrical panel near where I was sitting, and I like asked if she needed me to move, and she just looked at me like I was a fucking ghost. She was like, "No, like
You
know,
did it.
just kind of like if I needed you to move, I would have fucking told you to get out of my way."
Yeah. It's like, no thank you, it's fine, but thank you for offering. It's like, the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
And that is Germany in a nutshell, kind of. It kind of sounds like Sam Country if you had some time to adjust this.
Yeah, it's exactly how I basically wish I could treat other people. So I'm sure I would fit in once I got used to it, but it is definitely jarring.
Actually, what we can do once I'm at the Infinite Stairs, should I remember by then, is you playing the Infinite Stairs and I look up that language test.
Okay.
Because I had this one of my experience.
I'll just go through here then, shall I?
Yeah, that's the best thing. Like, French people are way worse.
Well, yeah, so from what I've heard, as I've said, no one has been outright mean to me. People just look like they want me to kill me. And it's also only when I speak to them. When we're not conversing, they're just existing out there. But from every story I've heard, French people just like look for a reason to piss on you. So
Yeah, like in Germany, it's this kind of cold directness, right?
yeah.
Where in France, it's just don't go outside. You will have a bad time.
Now you're probably aware of this, Eraser, but in case you're not, for some reason, in America, for at least not anymore really, but for during when I was a kid, Paris was seen as this like very romantic, amazing city, and it's become a bit of a meme over the past decade about how disillusioned people are when they go there, because like they're expecting this amazing experience with fine dining and like all of these sexy French people, and then it's just like everyone comes back and they're like, France is fucking awful.
Yeah. Especially because if you don't, like, if French people can tell you're a foreigner, 80% of French people at least, they will look down upon you, and that will be reflected in their actions. Like they won't directly say, "Get the fuck out of my face, I hate you," but you can tell they want to say that.
Hang on, I'm pulling mine.
Yeah, Hollywood in the 90s was like really pumping up what Paris was supposed to be, and then by the early 2000s, people were starting to realize that it was all a lie.
Hollywood is lying to us? That's crazy, bro.
At least your country is very thin, Eraser. It's probably all the hate. I imagine that uses a lot of energy. But, you know, we all have our flaws.
If you can fit under this gate, I'll really be impressed.
Also, how's half of the game over? I think I just started playing.
See if you know.
Probably because we've done nothing but be angry and tell funny stories the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
Really makes the time go by.
Keep running!
Actually, honestly, that's why I love running this game, because I'm so much an autopilot, I can't do anything else while playing this. So time just flies.
You know, I've never felt that way about a speed game before, but then when I was deresting TFS, I was watching a podcast and while deresting it, and that's the time that I came within 40 seconds of world record, so maybe there's something to that.
Sounds like something you should try. Like, just don't focus on your run and annihilate world record.
The switch is broken.
I don't think this works, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought that was too far.
Fucking hated this strat too.
The switch is broken.
Very funny. Come on, open the gate.
I remember the line up here. I don't. I don't.
My guy, no.
I did the thing! Now I have to not die. Yes? Yes?
You didn't deserve that.
I didn't, that's true.
I'm up here. Down below. There's a
Yeah,
great
let's
open
not jump.
balcony.
Let's just
Come
do
on,
the scenic
I'll
route.
show you.
Easy for you to say.
That was a casual way to be in the world. You're supposed to
Stay
climb
there.
up and around
I'll
on
come
that
down.
thing.
I'm not gonna lie, Eraser, I know legitimately less than nothing about French politics, but it sounds like it's just as fucked as all the other politics, so yay.
It's too far. I can't jump it.
I mean, I can try to tell the story Razor's
I
referring
know where
to
I
vaguely,
am. This gate
if I remember,
leads to
because
the
he told me
baths.
before.
Do you think you
So,
can find
there
your
was a
way there?
right-wing
Of
French
course,
politician
finding my way to the baths from here should be easy.
Good.
had the idea, the fantastic idea that only inherently
That's the
French
first
names
sandwich
are
I ran
allowed.
into.
So if
Could you direct
somebody,
me to the baths,
like,
please?
if
Well, thanks.
somebody's
You
name
mentioned
doesn't
I
sound
should
like
be a
he's
bathroom
French,
back when
they
I was
have to
allowed.
change it. Like if there's some Arabic origin to the name.
Okay.
I'll meet you at the baths.
And I think the punchline is that
Shows me around
his
as if I
name
were a
is not
servant.
inherently French. Like the guy who said
fault.
it.
With women, you need to
Genius.
show them you're in
Yeah.
charge right from the start, or they'll walk all over you. I've
So,
been too indulgent.
Eraser, what should
Probably
your
because I
name
felt
have
sorry
been?
for her.
Again, like if
Well,
your
it
name was
stops
replaced
now.
by the closest
Now on,
French
she'll have to toe the
alternative.
line. That is, assuming I can find. Oh, have you been waiting here all this time? I didn't realize you meant these baths. I went to the other
Henri, yeah.
baths.
Which is not at all what his actual first name is.
Yeah, yeah. Macnee. Shoutouts to Smathwax.
Whatever that means. Oh, isn't there a new strategy which I will not do?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, even if I would want to do it, I think my muscle memory wouldn't allow me to. So I apologize.
Literally out of your control. Your hands are taking over.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a sentence. Also, my blood sugar has finally returned. I'm no longer freezing to death.
Oh, that's cool.
Turns out, like, being sleep deprived and eating only candy is not great for your health. Like, literally, first meal of the day, just a fucking mountain of candy.
I mean, if you want, during your PoP 2 run, I can prepare the salad.
Nah, it's fine. We can wait until after, unless you're also, like, hungry.
No, we can wait.
I had pizza, so I'm good.
I didn't. I'm literally starving. Wow, Yaka lied to me. Because I absolutely did this strat accurate. And not just waited to jump way too long. So I blame him for losing me 5 health points.
That seems reasonable.
Actually, Eraser, it's kind of a philosophical question, isn't it? So, am I allowed to say health points? Because health is a bad word, right? But HP is fine, so health points should be fine. What's your stand on that? I picked the out. I mean, that's fair. Seems like Robbie's playing a good game. What's your opinion on that game? Or your preconception of it?
What I've seen of Elden Ring makes it look very good. I'm excited to start it.
Which is the first thing you'll do once you return, after you slept for 48 hours.
Well, if I sleep for 48 hours, we'll have a problem, because I only have 30 hours after I get back before I'm supposed to be at work again. So...
Yeah, but if you lose your job, you have more time to play games, right?
That's very true. I consider it every day.
You win some, you lose some, you know. I
Yeah.
just nailed that jump roll.
All these people that are like, after they retire, they pick up a part-time job because they don't know what to do with themselves. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I didn't have a job for like 3 months one time, and it was the happiest I've ever been.
Excuse me.
I just sat around doing speedruns all day. That's when I did fucking all seats, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was supremely happy with that accomplishment, and I had a bunch of fun on the journey there.
That's cool. How did your bank account feel?
Oh, well, you know, I got very close to $0 and not being able to pay rent, but, you know, in a way, it was worth it.
That's the jump I did. Okay, I'll set it up. I have no idea how this setup goes anymore, but I don't have to. Apparently I just do it. And then do very slow stuff and get it.
I mean, you still skipped so much.
That's fair.
I care about Rent Eraser because I don't hate my parents, but I also don't want to live with them. And I do like my brother, but he's like worked really hard to make a name for himself and like a really nice career, and so I would feel really shitty if I just freeloaded off of him. So, you know, as soon as I find someone that I can tolerate but that I don't respect who has money.
So me, for example.
I thought about making that joke. I wasn't going to, though.
Appreciate it. Yeah, this is where Eraser's troubled life history comes to play, really. Don't question it.
Yes, Eraser, I did not have great parents, but they tried. They just didn't do a very good job.
But at least you know how to hunt your own food now, right?
I mean, yes, my father did teach me a lot of survival stuff that'll come in really handy in the apocalypse.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
Which is actually on the horizon, so, you know, we're getting there.
Didn't get the thing. I think I mashed, but I should only press the button once to get the funny overhead camera.
Shame.
I tried so hard and got so far.
Also, I just saw your message, Yaka. Yeah, good call, man. I've, you know, a lot of really rich, successful people have given that advice, so it must be good advice.
Shouts to this strat, by the way. If you jump early, you can just mash jump and not fall off the wall, but still make the fast cycle.
Yeah, I remember that. This is stupid.
Very concerning things I see in the corner of my eye chat.
It's just, Fraser, that just takes a lot of effort, and I'm kind of a lazy person, so I would rather slowly die over time, sitting in my home playing video games, than take the time to do that. But I respect the hustle.
Stay there. I'll come to you. Can you hear me?
I'm in here.
Do you ever do something and zone out and then realize, what have I done the past 1 hour? Because that's how I just felt.
Yeah, that actually happens to me when I'm driving, which is terrifying.
I mean, I can imagine. Yeah.
But it's a very common thing that everyone reports happening to them, which makes it even more terrifying.
I'm coming.
What have these aliens implanted in our brains 10,000 years ago?
What? Help me.
Ah, yeah. I have a brain, something.
Eraser, the best thing I can say about my parents is that I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I shouldn't laugh, but some of that was funny. If you're mad for me, at me for laughing, I understand that.
No, it was meant to be. I mean, I meant it, but it was also supposed to be a joke.
Okay.
So. You know, really what it comes down to is that I would not make a good parent, but I'm aware of that, and so I'm choosing not to have children. Whereas perhaps they either did not realize that, or just did not care.
How can you fit in this society if you don't have children?
Oh, I don't.
You're not allowed to.
Nor would I ever want to.
You're not allowed to do that.
3 edgy 5 me.
Prince be like, retrieve the enemy that's like 1 inch away from me? No. Freeze the enemy 10 meters away from me. Notice how I mixed imperial metric system there.
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
I first used inch and then meter.
Why would you do this?
Just to confuse everybody. You know?
Oh, okay.
So I'm what's commonly referred to as a fucking asshole.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Did the thing. Got the speed.
Done.
Snorted the coke.
As much fun as it would be to talk about my very controversial opinions on having children, Eraser, I think we should keep this stream relatively speedrun focused.
I'm afraid. What if I get into trouble?
Also, I have to say it's refreshing to show off this run in a marathon and just not talk about the game at all. Because usually it's so stressful. There's so much things you can talk about. You cannot fit this in one run.
That's funny because from my point of view, there's barely anything to talk about in this run.
Oh, dude, I could talk for 5 hours about speed tech here.
There's max wall runs. We need to explain those to people, and then everything else is just you just jump in places the game didn't intend for you to do. That pretty much sums it up. It's a pretty low skill run.
Anyway. Well, it was low percent. We tried all of the candy, but as little as possible. There was a speedrun aspect to it. When I had this idea, I also suggested to Sam that we should do a completionist. Like 100%.
Yeah.
Candy tasting. I like living.
I decided
love it, but
I decided I did not want to die. Also, I just...
That's a classic!
Let's go, Farah. Yeah, no, this candy is not just for us. One of the justifications he used to convince me to go on a second shopping trip.
Stop, dude!
Was that the candy was also for his sister, who will be stopping by sometime soon. And then we get the candy, and he's like, okay, so what if we fucking ate all of it?
Whatever. Not optimal, but works.
Just break my spine real quick.
That's fine. One hit and I'm dead? Whatever. Just rewind. Fuck. I mean, I have no one to blame but me, so...
I mean, sure, but that's true of literally everything in life, so...
I feel like you vastly overestimate the amount of control you have over stuff that's happening.
Well, yeah, I have complete control over my life, which is why when anything goes wrong, it's clearly my fault. I don't understand what's so hard to understand.
Have you talked to a professional about this? Because I feel like you should.
No.
It could help you.
No, they wouldn't understand.
Eraser, what are you talking about? My sister will arrive in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, the thing that scares me, Eraser, is that he says she is either just as bad or worse than him.
That's true.
When it comes to candy consumption,
yeah.
I'm honestly a little terrified. Yeah. I don't like the concept of them being in the same space.
Yeah, like eating at least half a jar of Nutella.
And like, don't get me wrong, I think
she does that.
I think I love sweets as much as they do. I just have more self-control.
Yes. That's what it comes down to. Whatever.
I mean, he can go shopping again. I'm not leaving this place again until I'm on my way to the train station.
Where is that glow coming from?
I'll judge you, but only silently. So. Because I'm very different from what you just described. Anyway, the bat will probably kill me.
Of what use
But
is
it's
reason
fun.
against the power of love? Love
They
is
still
life.
can't kill me.
So if you want to live, die in love. Die
I
in
win.
love if you want to stay alive.
What's that supposed to mean?
I thought you'd like it.
If you want to be useful, try finding a book that'll tell us how to get out of here.
This isn't that kind of game.
Game? She thinks this is a game.
Why would you need to set up this if you just do it, honestly?
Did you catch that Farah is self-aware and that she's coming for you?
I choose to ignore her whenever I can, really.
Yes, Eraser, I do have to get the siblings' permission, because that is a very traditional way of arranging a marriage.
Whatever.
But yes, there is a chance that we will meet depending on when she gets here.
Yeah.
And personally, that terrifies me because the only thing I know about her is that she is 50% related to this man. So,
anyway, I mean, if it calms you down, whenever she, whenever she comes home for Christmas, she comes home at the wildest times, like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. She'll be like, yeah, I'm here now. So chances are you will not see her.
I didn't, yeah. I figured, considering at the time I ended up having to leave, I figured there was, like, not much of a chance.
We'll see. I don't know. I cannot guess.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, I'm not doing the strat here because I can't be bothered.
That's fair. So, Yaka, I am flying out Monday morning, but because of how far away the air... So, I could not change my plane tickets once my plans changed because the airline are bastards, basically. So I had to fly into Berlin, and I have to fly out of Berlin. There was nothing I could do about that without paying $1,000. So I have to leave here tomorrow night, get to the airport at like 1 a.m., sleep there, then wake up around 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., sometime around there, and get COVID tested. And if it comes back negative, then I get to leave the airport at 10 a.m. If it comes back positive, then I go wait at the train station and come back to Toca's place and cry to myself about all the money I just lost. So, these are wonderful times we live in. If we had been in Potsdam at Speedcon, well, A, my chances of getting COVID would have went way up, so I mean, at least there's that. But I would have had significantly more time actually enjoying Germany rather than traveling through it. But, you know, overall, since I had already paid the money, I don't regret coming here or anything. It's been fun.
And you even got a world record in the process.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
And the PB.
I'm not submitting that. You can submit that for me.
I will.
There's no way I'm submitting that of my own volition.
I absolutely will. You know.
Fraser, I appreciate the advice,
There should be a way to make
but I would
this
like
thing
to
go
not
up.
get shanked to
See
death.
if you can find a
and I
switch.
feel like if I start being that American in a German airport, I might just get stabbed to death. So,
Done.
just pull out a fucking Trump wig and just be like, "This is because of China."
I found one. Shall I pull it?
Not yet! Wait till I'm on the platform!
Oh yeah, no, that's a good direction.
If I have to
Are
come
you on
back,
the
that's how I can
platform
introduce
yet?
myself to your
Not yet.
sister. I can just come through
Wait
the
till
door
I'm on
ranting
the
about fake
platform.
news and how they're pretending COVID is real.
That's true. No, actually, when you just said that China thing, I didn't see your face, but just the idea of how your face looked like made me laugh. I loved
China.
Here I come!
Wait! Don't you need to open the gate?
it. Do I need to open the gate? I don't know. Let's die.
I have COVID. Get out of here. That would be very
The
polite of me,
gate's
now, wouldn't it?
open.
Yeah, first you're bitching about how everybody in Germany is so direct and cold, and then
And then I
you
show,
pull off that
I
shit.
show up and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
You've been successfully integrated into our...
Wait, let's see where this corridor goes. Alright, you can take the crack.
See you soon.
You can take the crack will forever be my favorite voice line in this game.
I'm up here.
Try pulling that lever!
You think they did this on purpose?
Honestly, considering how I don't know, there is the sex scene. I was gonna say how like child friendly this game is because it's very fairy tale-esque.
Yeah. It also is made from people in France, so... they don't know English.
That's fair. Give it a 50% chance.
Solid coin toss. roll a d100, and if it's more than 50...
Do you think I can jump it?
Go on, try. What's
Anyway.
the worst that can happen? There you go.
It's something I wanted to rant about on stream anyway. This idiotic policy of the
I'll meet
like,
you on the other
flight
side of that
company.
gate.
thing that
You
Yeah,
be
so-
careful.
So basically the way I paid for the lowest class of plane ticket because so my ticket here was like $750. That's my ticket here and my ticket back. And then to upgrade to a ticket that can be refunded, because COVID is a thing right now and lots of people end up having to cancel their flights. They're like, we can't lose money because COVID exists. So they've started charging insane amounts for refundable tickets. I would have had to pay like 65% more for my ticket if I wanted a refundable one. And so once we figured out I was coming to Munich, I had a plane landing in Frankfurt, and then I was flying from there. Yeah, free every time. I had a plane flying from there to Berlin, and we were like, well, if I just take the train from Frankfurt, I'll get here a lot sooner.
Yeah. Frankfurt, for those who don't know, is like halfway between Berlin and Munich, really.
So I reached out to the airline because I didn't want to be charged like a cancellation fee or anything. I reached out to the airline and I said, hey, I'm not going to take this flight to Berlin because I don't need to anymore. Will I still be able to take my return flights home? And they were like, no, you won't. And I was like, so there's nothing we can do? And they were like, nope, we cannot change anything about your ticket. If you do not take the plane, you will be listed as a no-show and all of your remaining flights will be canceled. So, yeah.
Which, like, even from a capitalistic point of view, it makes no sense. There's not a single argument I can think of which justifies that.
The worst part for me is that the reason I even like asked them that is because I had Googled about it, and it seems like that's pretty standard policy for US airlines. Like all of them basically treat it like that. So fun.
I mean, the only reason there can be is that they hate everybody, right?
I mean, it's a zero tolerance policy, which, like Eraser just said, is really just about laziness.
Also nice double spam board, like what?
I think it might have actually been a triple, but I didn't catch it.
Oh, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right, Nightbot also bans links, because as I said, I didn't
Be careful on the stairs.
set anything. Yeah, I didn't configure anything. And he was like, here's the schedule command, please post it when people want you to.
Also, never in a million years would I have guessed that America had more stringent guidelines for COVID travel than the Europe. So I spent so much time researching all of Germany's requirements to make sure that I could get in and didn't get, like, stuck in an airport or something. And then, like, a week before I was scheduled to fly here, one of my coworkers casually mentioned that you need to pass a COVID test the day before you travel back to the US. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I would not have even bought my plane ticket if I had known there was that big of a risk. Like,
I had never set foot inside. Now here I was.
Which, I mean, thinking
myself
about
a
it,
prisoner, seeking an escape.
is a very questionable thing, because in Europe, at least in Bavaria, there is a FFP2 mask mandate in all public transports, as well as supermarkets. At least there used to be for the longest time. I think they stopped carrying this or next weekend or something. But, in principle. And for flight, at some point we decided, yeah, whatever. And America apparently is the other way around.
yeah.
In the country, whatever, bro. Just we don't.
Yeah, no, like, everything has been easing up for months upon months. Like, no one gives a shit about anything, even though positive results keep increasing. Everything in the country is just basically free for all. Like, I had to show my proof of vaccination to dine in at a bakery here, and that blew my fucking mind. Because if you tried to enforce that in America, people would literally like boycott and mob your store. I just want to say that is absolutely a major glitch, and I have no fucking clue how you people can disagree.
I'm so tired all of a sudden. Crazy.
Literally the majorest of glitches.
A torture chamber.
Yeah, Racer, it's like everyone
It's the
has
first
just
time I'd
decided
seen
that
such
they don't
devices
care
at
anymore,
close
and
range.
whoever's gonna die is
Close
gonna
enough to
die, and
touch.
everyone's tired of
The
not
men
being
whose
able
trade
to
it had
go
been to
outside
apply
and
the question.
and
Extract
enjoy
the answer they
the
found
outdoors
sought.
or whatever,
Indeed, they
public
did.
spaces.
Yeah,
And
like
In the
protect
end,
the
they
elderly
met the
or
same
immunocompromised
fate as their
people.
victims.
We did so for
Guards
2 years.
and
We tried at
prisoners
least,
made
and
equal by the
now it's on
scent
them.
of
Really,
time.
Yeah.
not our problem anymore.
I know I'm extremely biased in this regard because, you know, every time someone, like a politician, says they can't wait for things to get back to normal, I roll my eyes because I hated the old normal and I actually like the new one better. But yeah, it just blows me away that the US has this travel policy while all of their internal policies are insanely lax. Like, my workplace recently got rid of masks at all. Like, you're allowed to wear one, obviously, but they're no longer enforced anywhere because the CDC said they don't care either. So,
Honestly, in that case, you should have come to ESA because they're like Sweden is the big exception in Europe. They they cared the least by far about anything. For the longest time, they didn't even have mask mandates, and they were the first ones to drop them. So now in February, rules in Germany are still a thing. I get to Malmö, nobody's in mask on a train, mall, anywhere. I'm like, what?
yeah, no, I kept wearing my mask, especially since I was going to be flying here because I didn't want to risk getting sick or like right before my plane, you know, and lose all that money.
Yeah.
And I had multiple people say, hey, you know you don't have to wear a mask anymore, right? Like, literally, I was the only person that I've seen in my company wear one since they lifted the restriction. I don't understand why they bother people so much. You do not have to force me to wear one. It's easy and, you know, the smart thing to do right now. I don't get why it's such a big deal.
Small game thing I want to say. I got the no aggro, but on controller, which I didn't even know was possible. Yeah, like I was climbing up the ladder and I realized, oh, I'm still on controller. Yeah, whatever. I'll deal with the enemies, and then they just don't care. Bye. Could this be the valuable insight we needed to understand the skip? Probably not, but who knows. Farah exists. Yes, she does.
Unfortunate.
Be careful.
Of what? Not everything is a trap, you know.
Oh yeah, during Infinite Stairs, the language thing. I remembered. For once, my brain worked.
As in, you just remembered that we're going to do that, or because yes, I hadn't forgotten.
Well, I had forgotten until 10 seconds ago.
Okay.
When this one lonely neuron in my brain fired and was like, remember this thing.
The one neuron that did not fall through the colander.
Yes. Ah, yeah. That made sense.
He traveled to an enemy that had not finished teleporting yet. I didn't even know that was possible.
In a way, we didn't only travel in space, we also traveled in time.
I mean, it is canon that he sees visions of the future, so I guess that's something.
Yeah.
Basically Xenoblade Chronicles over here.
Whatever that means. Hello, enemies, which I can see.
Since you can't read chat, Eraser is angry at you for not reading before the fight.
Yeah, no. And I'm angry at him for being stupid.
That's real. Yeah, that's understandable.
No, I'm not. That was a joke. Please.
No, I don't think it was. I don't know, Racer. What do you think about Xenoblade Chronicles? Is this going to be your revenge against me for saying mean things about Kirby? Are you going to tell me that it's stupid weeaboo bullshit and that it's worthless?
I win. Also, this strat, which I totally know how to do. Like you wall jump somewhere, right? And then give up. Like that. Then you wait here.
I mean, feel however you want about it, Eraser, but I must say, of every JRPG in existence, Xenoblade has to be in the top 1% in terms of how understandable the storyline is.
Sorry?
Toca, can you please not? Okay, you've never played. Okay. I was going to say, because, yeah, the storyline is relatively basic, like science fiction. It's, it is not like a normal JRPG.
God, whatever, guys. I don't care.
The hourglass is nearby. I can feel it.
Feel it.
Now, the combat in
I
Xenoblade
can't
is
explain
definitely
it.
a point of contention. It is entirely too complicated.
So should we talk about that thing that just happened, or will we just...
No, I was
Gloss
just going to
over.
pretend that the universe still makes sense.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, this will probably mean that you'll hate it, Eraser, but it's one of my favorite game series of all time. I'm a big fan. And the definitive edition that they released on Switch is a vastly superior version of the original. Like, it definitely was an upgrade.
There. The dagger was in your hand.
Hi guys, your resident SOT expert here.
You think you're cleverer
Just
than everybody.
doing a pretty good pace here, you know.
Those soldiers, all they can do is fight.
We talked about getting ice cream, but we never did, so afraid there's nothing for this cutscene.
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, you said you wanted to go to the ice cream shop.
Oh, no, yeah, that was the ice cream parlor.
Well, yeah. I mean, I knew that you meant to get ice cream there, but...
Yeah, but not for this guy, just...
Well, yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
It just seemed like
No,
a relevant thing to bring up.
That's fair. But then there were 2 days of snow, so ice seemed kind of weird, maybe.
No, I disagree. You can eat breakfast for dinner. You can have ice cream in the winter.
I mean, you can, totally. It's just a tad weird.
You're right. All that's happened is my
Yaka tried to post a clip of what just happened, and Nightbot was like,
eyebrow.
Sorry. I mean, while I have the time, I can configure Nightbot real quick.
You are
Because this is
brave
getting my nerves.
This tomb is to be ours.
So how do you do that? Spam protection,
hell if I remember.
disable fucking everything.
We are
The
together.
fuck out of here. Okay. Spam and links, everything should be allowed again.
You're trembling.
I just don't like close spaces.
I don't know. I assume you heard that, Yaka. He said you're good.
When I was small, my mother taught me a secret word.
Just wearing out the triggers on your controller for fun.
That's fine.
Do is speak by it.
So I think I found the test. I'll send it to you in Discord. And
Eraser said a bad word.
I can see why. It's the most childish thing I've
I
ever
mean, I'll never forgive him. Right?
He said boobs.
How so you feel?
I can close the window.
Did you happen to remember to look up that language test?
Yeah, I just did. I sent it to you on Discord.
Okay. I thought you literally just started doing Nightbot and forgot.
That was a possibility, so thank you.
Technically, you could have gotten back in time for Infinite Stairs, but
That's true.
I guess I'll do it anyway.
Yeah. You're in this now. You have to deal with it.
I mean, maybe I'll just start doing 360s and waste time then. You know, I'm no stranger to wasting time in speedruns just to watch the world burn.
Whatever that means.
Remember when I got a ukulele world record where I went and took a piss in the middle? People were,
But that one you submitted.
People-
But your PoP 2 one, that's too.
people
PoP
were
bad.
people were very upset about that. Not as upset as the 2K8 incident though.
I waited until 1 second after. Or?
I waited until it was only a 1 second PB to
Oh,
walk
yeah.
into the credits. Here you
Where
go.
are you?
Yeah, thanks. Just put it out.
Okay.
Get things.
Guys, the run is on hiatus.
Isn't what beautiful? Where are you?
How did I get here?
Felt like I wasn't myself there for a minute.
If only we could stay here.
In case you want more context than what I just mumbled, Yaka, yeah, I had a really shitty 2K8 run that was technically a PB, but I hated it. So once I got to the end, I just waited at the end until it was a 1 second PB, just to piss math off.
Where are you?
Take me in your arms.
I don't see you.
Is it that big gamer or small gamer energy?
I like
I
to
can't
I like to
decide.
think that was a
All
Sigma
right, this
male
is getting
moment.
ridiculous.
Fucking hell.
Farah?
Just take me in your arms.
Can you imagine how terrifying this would be? You're fucking walking through infinite rooms that look the same while your so far angry like partner in crime is just mumbling seductive things at you
Yeah.
from a mysterious place you can't see.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hate it. Totally.
It's a dream we both share.
You know, from our point of view, it's cute fairy tale. From Prince's point of view, Eldrator. Not great.
Just like somebody who opens their mouth and white noise comes out. I still like that.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm gonna make a video where the piglet opens its mouth and its eyes turn white, and white noise comes out. Okay, this test has audio settings, like audio involved that you have to listen to or something. So I'll do it after.
Oh, you do? Oh, I guess you do. Yeah.
Oh no.
Your earbuds are like somewhere over there, so can't be bothered.
I mean, you can also do it right now. Whatever.
I mean,
Blast it on stream.
that doesn't seem appropriate for such a professional production.
Anyway, that makes sense. But also, I disagree. So that's that lineup, and then you run it. Yeah. It was. Toca's Warren was my. Oh, that thing. Right. How do I do that again?
It's named after you. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. How do you not know how to do it?
I mean, I know what it is. I think I buffered the Warren for getting up. Ah, yeah. Also, that's easy. Just do it. Yeah, okay, I will. What's the worst that could happen, Yaka? I agree. Yeah, like that, and then you do it.
I see. That just seems like running the game. That doesn't seem like a trick.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, fuck, I was doing that back in my day. Why isn't it Samabam's wall run?
Because you didn't post about it in the Discord.
A dagger.
So although this is no major glitches, I'll try to make it major glitches, and I failed.
Fucking suck.
Not even got the roll loose. This is all my fault. 1 FPS glitch coming in. Also no 360 mirror. I remember this, I don't know when it happened. Probably more than 20 years ago at this point, with how time flies. But I had this PB run very early when I started. And I got down there and I... 1 second. Yeah. So I got down there at the bottom of Tower of Dawn. Wanted to war run, like war run and jump to get up. And I get the 1 FPS glitch. Not really knowing what the 1 FPS glitch is yet, I think. So this PB attempt is just annihilated by something out of your control, which you've encountered once before.
Yeah, that sounds like SOT.
Yeah, basically.
No, I was just thinking how this is the only part of the game where I absolutely have the muscle memory for this section still because of how terrified I always was when I got here that I'd lose the run here again.
Is that a diagnosis for anxiety disorder already, or?
I think no. Remember, I posted a video of me wall running to my death down there by accident, and I overlaid Mad World on it and posted it, and everyone thought it was hilarious. That was one of the first like things I posted on this subreddit outside of TFS that actually like that other people actually saw.
Subreddit? Discord.
Discord.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah. I mean, I don't remember that at all, but that sounds like a Sam thing. So yeah.
It was a very high quality meme production. Eraser has goaded me into finding it, and I'm a fool, so I'm gonna fall for it.
That makes sense.
Wait.
Honestly, I'm sure I'm to blame for this one, because I haven't even tried 360 beam in forever. Not 360 beam, yeah, 50-50. So I'm sure this is my fault. I'll just disagree with the game, but I'm sure this is my fault.
Oh, I see. I've never tried to find something in Discord on my phone before, but apparently the magnifying glass is for finding channels and such, not messages, which is just incredible. Oh, fuck, my laptop's literally right here. I hate myself.
So Razor, what's your PB again for not getting this trick? 15 minutes? Because I want to contest it. No, I won't. I'll just give up. I'll not do it.
Well, the game didn't like that answer very much.
So now Eraser has PTSD and I have to try again. That's cool. No, but I won't. I actually won't. Fuck this trick. Can't be bothered.
I apparently have pizza sauce on my face.
Does it still taste good?
I'm not eating it. And I would like you to stop being you.
Everybody, be like yourself. Be is himself. I was not like that.
Not like that. Hey, do you know it's 1 p.m.?
No, it's not. It's actually. Speaking of time zones, the one thing, because that happened the last few weeks, the one thing very much hate about it, especially when doing stuff with Sam and we have to coordinate our time zones, are the I think 2 weeks in the year where there's
daylight savings time is wrong.
Yeah, exactly, because the US and the EU are not changing at the same time.
Yeah, for the past 2 weeks, our weekly D&D session was an hour later for me, which was actually very enjoyable because I got to sleep longer.
But like if you're doing this ridiculous thing that is proven to not do anything, like there's no benefit to it.
At least have everyone.
At least be globally consistent.
Yeah.
Or just fucking stop doing this.
Farah, no!
So I'm so glad my estimate is not 135, because boy, would that have been embarrassing.
I posted this video on February 3rd, 2017.
Oh.
A lifetime ago.
More than 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I started running TFS, or fucking SOT, not long after I joined the Discord. And then I never ran it again.
Prince is just game. Why you have to be mad? Oh my god. Why do I have to be mad? Bro. Double that shit. Cool. Tape Panther.
Oh hey, Funky found the link for me and sent it to me at the exact like 2 minutes ago. Apparently,
Oh, that's cool.
isn't that convenient?
I was about to say that I feel like I knew that profile picture when I just saw it. Come on, just give me a thing.
Well, Funky, since you're apparently listening, would you mind posting that in the Twitch chat, because I'm not signed into Twitch on this laptop and it's going to be a pain in the ass to get signed in. Thank you, I appreciate that. I can play it for Toka's benefit and he can just hear the song. Oh yeah, I forgot I was listening to music while running, so that's what's playing at first. It's a classic.
It is.
Done.
For a second I was like, didn't I change Nightblood? And that's like, oh, of course it's the Razor.
No Eraser, I actually joined the Discord in 2015, so 7 years now.
Actually, that's a pro tip if you want to fuck with Eraser Psyche.
I'll just tell him that time exists.
Yeah. Like, it legitimately gets to him.
This intruder.
Haha, he's in pain. I'm sorry.
Yes, Eraser, I announced my existence with a TFS world record in January of maybe it was 2016, but it was January, so that's fair. And we also briefly spoke and knew of each other's existence for like a full year, I think, or so before we started to hate each other's guts. You know, until we found out about the whole salmon pizza thing, we were just two guys on the internet. But then we understood.
Yeah, didn't you know that? Like, if you do this wall run, either you move in quite a lot, or you warn like at the perfect angle to get stuck in collision and the game 1 FPS.
Don't tire yourself.
So you went for it.
Well, that one you can rewind so you're just visible afterwards. Which is pretty funny. It's a nice thing to do in Marathon, or to attempt.
I mean, that's fair, Eraser. Now that I know who you are, I would never acknowledge what your skill set may or may not be in certain games.
Punch him and backflip. Peace out.
It's a fucking kung fu movie over here.
But yeah, it can move him pretty easily. Sadly, it's not useful, but it's... I mean, it's a side product of wanting to show off wacky things. Learning more about this game. Also, more than 1 minute underestimate. This must have been a great run.
About that.
About the philosophy of estimate again. Oh yeah, I shouldn't. Should maybe first finish the game and then do the thing.
Yay.
Allez les bleus.
Winner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool. What's up next?
Oh
yeah, your thing.
PoP 2, I think.
The thing, yeah.
Yeah. The thing. You make it sound so ominous.
Sorry in advance for you.
It's fine. I've set people's expectations already. Which is why this run's actually gonna be like near world record.